A couple days ago, I saw a guy by the name of the Harry Gold Show do a video where he tried to reconstruct animals from their skulls. And I saw the same concept with Drawfee, and now I kinda wanna try it. So I got some of my friends to send me skulls, and I'll try to reconstruct them to the best of my knowledge. Keep in mind, that knowledge is based exclusively on the Carboniferous and Mesozoic and early Cenozoic. So most of these organisms are currently living, I noticed. Only one of them sent me an extinct organism. So this is gonna be fucking terrible. The first skull I'll be dealing with is this. Now immediately, many of you I assume can tell that this is a canid of sorts. A canine, a dog if you will, what a dog doing. But something I noticed is that the skull is positioned really weirdly, like a 3/4 angle, so that's gonna be slightly difficult. The nose hole is big as fuck, so probably had a good sense of smell as well, which most canines do, so I know I'm putting that out. I have no idea if its mouth is supposed to be closed or open. I think it's somewhere in between, because if it was more closed there would be less of a gap between the top and bottom jaws. But I'll try to cover it as much as I can with the lips, because something I don't want to do is shrink wrap the motherfucker. Because whenever somebody draws these, they skin wrap the shit out of them. So I'm gonna give him big luscious lips, shit like that. Of course, start off with the nose, because I was wanting to deal with this big ass hole I saw on the front. Trying to get the lips right. You can see my first attempt was goofy. If you have any experience with bones, you'd see another mistake, which is I underestimated the eye size. The socket is extremely big, and I thought that had to do with something. But of course, since I have no experience drawing canids before, or any canine organism, any dog, I have never actually drawn a dog before. So this was my first attempt, and I drew the eye extremely small. I underestimated the size completely, which led to this looking more like a bear dog thingy. It looks like an amphibian. If you know amphibian, like the bear dogs that existed around a while back, not late Cenozoic, but I say this, we exist in the late Cenozoic. It's it went extinct recently, relatively speaking. But of course, I'm not. You can see my amateurness with drawing dogs. When I was drawing the lips, and the way I drew them was completely wrong. It was some sort of dog-cat hybrid, because I drew cats before. I never draw a dog, so I actually, in fact, do not know what the dog doing. Of course, you can see me struggling to figure out how the jaw looks like, so I had to draw where I assumed the muscle attachments would be, around the little arc of bone around the base of the jaw, to figure it out. But of course, I'm doing this on the fly, dog. I ain't a professional in this, dog, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm gonna just leave it here, and I'll show you a quick coloring process with some music in the background, and then at the end I'll reveal to you what it actually was, even though this is probably gonna be the creature in the thumbnail, so you already know what it was. But just to introduce the process, this is how it's gonna be for every other creature. Before I can add any more detail, I lased out. Yeah, these are gonna be very, very basic, quick pieces of art, not that complicated. This isn't gonna be my Thylaconics thumbnail level of fucking shit. But this is my finished product. I assumed it was some sort of predator related to amphibian, it's the bear dog thingy. And here's the actual creature. It's a fucking Tasmanian tiger. I miss species the motherfucker so hard, holy. Okay, you know what? First attempts are allowed to be garbage. Let's see what's next. What the hell is this? I kinda low-key see Gargamel's outline on this shit, bro. Okay, first assumptions are, I do not know what the hell this thing is. My first guess is a tapir because of the big nose hole where a trunk would go, but that nose hole isn't near big enough. And I need to stop assuming everything with nosehole is a tapir because this thing is clearly like an ungulate, maybe? I mean, it looks similar to a zebra or a horse skull, but it's missing its front teeth, like completely. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna fucking wing it at this point. I have to assume like it's a skull of a horse. Thing is, the back of the head also extends way too far to be a horse, so I'm not sure. And the bottom jaw is too small, so man, this is gonna be some fucked up horse. And what doesn't help even more is that I have never drawn a horse before. Jesus Christ, my amateurness is palpable. So here's the end product. Yeah, let's just fucking see what the real thing is. And it's a deer, which is also missing its front teeth. That's what threw me off. Like, what? Where is the teeth, brother? My brother in evolution, where's the teeth? Whatever, man. Next creature. Hopefully this is my savior and... Holy shit. A Mesozoic organism. And a Starkin. I can do this shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is clearly like some sort of like Quetzalcoatl or like something like that. It's not actually a Quetzalcoatlus because it's missing the head crest. So maybe it's an Alanka. What's important is that it's a Starkin, like 100%. And even though they have the weirdest proportions, these are creatures that I actually know how to draw. So W's in the chat, we finally secured the dub. That will finally redeem the bitchlessness that was happening to me like through the early video. So I don't know, like I'll just go with wild colorations. Like I won't let the colorations be accurate at all. I'll go with the fucking random ass hues, just to make this motherfucker pop up and shit. Make sure that you understand I am actually not using any references for this. Like when I was drawing the horse, when I was drawing the fucking Tasmanian Tiger, it turned out to be an amphibian the way I drew it. I never actually used references because I want this to be as difficult as possible. And you know, I guess I succeeded. This shit's hard. After finishing up the rough drawing, I of course asked the homie. Turns out this is an extremely obscure Starkid known as a Zergingopterus. I don't know how he knew about this. I asked him where he got it from because I had never heard of this motherfucker until I was from Jurassic World Alive. Which I gotta give credit to the Jurassic games. Even though Jurassic World, the franchise itself, was less than stellar, the games shine a light on some obscure creatures and I like them. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Peace out. Sorry for the long ass break, university moment.